Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Ken can take the stage, ready to play. Weekdays at 10, the cars and the scene. Coffee in hand, they're living the dream. Aggression in the voice, got the whole town awake. Bringing fire to the mic, make no mistake. Shows in the corner, spitting out facts. Dropping truth bombs, ain't holding back. Ken in the morning, feel the heat. From 10 a.m. CST, can take a seat. We live and loud, that break in the mind. Light up your speakers, crank up the sound. They're talking about life upside down. Opinions exploding like a sonic blast. In the studio, they're built to last. With passion and grit, they engage and ignite. Every single week, they're all force can fight. From sports to politics,
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Well, good morning there, everybody, and welcome to Ken and Joe in the morning. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, bud?
Oh, not too much.
Getting ready for that good old draft tomorrow, huh?
Uh-huh. Good morning there, Fred. And Moonscar's already right there with you.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So we should just make this the draft day special right here, dude. Like, let's make this our draft preview show. What do you think about that, Ken?
Do you see me bitching at all? I was gonna say you're the man with the first overall pick and a certain affinity for a certain quarterback. Why don't you kick it off here a bit?
Yeah, I mean,
What's up, Ken?
Yeah, what's up, Ken? Yeah, dude, they better take Fernando Mendoza. Like, if they don't, there's gonna be a lot of pissed off Raider fans.
Now, you're not hearing anything through the grapevine that there could be possibly any type of movement or anything like that?
Not at all.
Good, because usually, unless it's something that's completely out of left field, you hear rumblings amongst the fan bases that, hey, there's talk about this, that, or the other. But if you're not getting any of that, that sure seems like it's a lock for Fernando.
You would think so, but see that it actually has me kind of like it's too quiet. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's kind of settled into, the Raiders are going to take Fernando. This is when you get one of those like blindside trades, like, you know what I mean? Where all of a sudden the Jets call with like 3 minutes left on the clock. You know what I mean? And they're like, we'll give you 4 firsts, and you're like, I mean, I would tell him to fuck off, but I'm not John Spytek.
I was going to say, it's real fucking hard to give up on 4 first-round picks, especially if they start sprinkling in other picks with it, too.
Yeah, dude.
Ken, you couldn't get that lucky, Ken. You still got to deal with Jordan Love. Good morning there, Yoli.
I have actually, so I've been doing a lot of mock drafts lately, and I have actually seen, Ty Simpson dropping to the second round in quite a few of them.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I do have a Packers report that does kind of back up your guys' speculation a bit, that Green Bay has supposedly taken their second to last draft visit, and it was with a quarterback, and they told reporters not to announce who that prospect was that came. Like, they personally asked the reporters to not announce it. So this either could be the Ty thing, or it's that they're looking at one of these quarterbacks in the 5th round, and it's, hey, there's going to be some movement there, and we don't want people to know which guy we're targeting.
I mean,
I was going to say, that's the speculation that I've been hearing on the Green Bay front, is it's one of the two.
It makes sense. You guys need a backup quarterback. I would feel comfortable if I was a Green Bay fan, or if I was in the front office in Green Bay. I would feel comfortable either way. Like, with your history of developing quarterbacks, it really doesn't matter if you take a guy in the 2nd round or the 5th round. Like, you'll get something out of them. They may go somewhere else and turn into a pumpkin like Matt Flynn, but when they're in Green Bay, you'll get something out of them.
Yeah, it's just I really do not want to use that second round pick on a quarterback, especially with that big gaping hole we have at nose tackle, a decent sized hole at cornerback, and what I perceive to be a decent sized hole at left tackle.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. But let me just offer you some metrics that might, they might not change your mind, but at least it gives you a counterpoint, right? Like Jordan Love has missed a couple of games for the last 2 or 3 years, right? Like 2 years, maybe 3 years. I think he's missed a couple of games every year, hasn't he?
No, his first year he played all the way through.
You mean his first year starting?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the last 2 years he's missed a couple of games. Now, you know that metric where they go by like this player will give you adds this many specific wins to your total, right, during a season. And Patrick Mahomes was the highest. He had like 1.9 or 2 wins like total that he adds to your team, right? But in your guys' case, a good solid backup might actually add like 2 wins to your schedule. Because without Jordan Love, let's say Jordan Love misses 2 or 3 games this year again. Without Jordan Love, you guys are going to probably lose those games with who you got as a backup now, right? But if you have a good backup on the roster like a Ty Simpson, maybe you win 2 out of 3, or maybe even all 3. Who knows?
Now I get what you're saying, but we do have Desmond Ridder on the roster. Now, granted, he is not looked at very favorably in the league, but Malik Willis was also not looked at very favorably in the league. Now, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed that Matt LaFleur is going to be able to turn Desmond Ridder around too, but with the history there, it gives me more hope that it can, to where if we take a quarterback in the late rounds and Desmond Ridder doesn't work out, whatever. But I really don't want to use that second round pick on a quarterback.
I know you don't, but
and believe me, I get what you're saying. I totally
prepare yourself for the possibility, Ken. Because
that will be that or punter would be literally the only picks that I would flip the table over.
Hey, what about this one? So John's right. Ty Simpson probably won't be there at 52, right? John says he won't be there. I'm saying, yeah, he most likely won't be, right? What if the Packers take that 52 and package it to move up and take Ty Simpson?
I shoot myself on camera.
Damn.
Now,
you have that Packers banner in your background. It'd be the Green Bay Splatters.
Yep. Because, dude, it'd be bad enough fucking taking the guy in the second, but now you're going to trade up and waste an extra freaking pick with it. Nah. That's where you're gonna lose me hard.
But it's not really losing.
And Fred, I'll completely agree with you there. The past couple of years, Love has missed a few games during the season.
And here's the thing, Ken, is like I know it just is like poison in your veins to think about it, but like Ty Simpson, I saw a lot of good things that he did last year, dude. You go and get him and let him sit behind Jordan Love, right? Now all of a sudden in a couple of years when you say you wait till 1 year before he's due for his extension and you go trade him, now you have a nice trade piece, dude.
And believe me, I get that because we used to do that shit a lot with Brett Favre, is we'd take quarterbacks, but usually they weren't like second round guys. That I would much rather do that with like your 4th, 5th round guys and see if you can get them up to a second, maybe even a first round pick. Now, granted, with them being a 4th, 5th round guy, it's very unlikely you're going to end up getting the first out of them. But
that's the thing is like with Ty Simpson, if you take him in the second round, and if LaFleur, if your organization can do what you guys have traditionally done with quarterbacks, right? Think about this, because Ty Simpson he's got talent. Like he's not a 4th or 5th round guy. Like there's debate over whether he's a first rounder only because of his experience, right? Because he only played 9-10 games he only started 9-10 games in college. But the tools are there. Like And so I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's say the Packers missed the playoffs this year, right? And Jordan Love has kind of a down year. Like, having Ty on the roster is a nice luxury to have, because, you know, if it gets to that point where you start to feel like maybe Jordan Love isn't worth the $55 million a year we're paying him. And again, Doran just came in, so before you lose your shit, keep in mind,
Jordan Love's not worth $55 million. Just stop that shit.
I didn't say he's not. I said if you start to feel like he's not.
No one's feeling that way.
So if you guys don't make the playoffs this year, you're not going to feel that way?
With Jordan Love, no. There you go. I think the issue would be LaFleur and not Love. Now, unless Jordan Love came up and absolutely sucked next year, then that's when I'd put the blame on him, is if he just straight up completely forgot how to play quarterback.
That's right.
But as long as he continues to play the way that he is and we don't make the playoffs, I'm blaming LaFleur for that one. But I think if we add in a second-round quarterback, that is breeding discontention among the fan base, because you already have some guys that, for whatever reason, until Jordan Love lands on the moon, they are not going to accept him as the quarterback there. And if you have anybody else on that roster, that they're going to be clamoring for him. I mean, come on now. We had Packer fans, and not John Dorn that was trolling, but Packer fans that were serious about starting fucking Clifford.
Yeah.
Clifford.
But, I mean, is it really that they want this small contingent of fans? Are they really expecting Jordan Love to land on the moon, or are they just expecting deeper playoff runs?
No, they're expecting him to land on the moon, because they'll sit there and talk about, how he'll make these terrible decisions and all this and that. But he's constantly got top 10 numbers in a lot of categories, and top 2 or top 1 in a lot of other categories. That's why I say about landing on the moon there, because this guy's putting up all these numbers in that, and you're putting the blame on him when we saw a complete collapse of that team around him in this last playoff game. Except for him, he was still playing Moneyball, and everybody else kind of seemed like they almost lost their motivation.
For me, I don't think the Packers will get a quarterback until later rounds. But I wouldn't be. I mean, if they went and got Simpson, I would be fine with that round 2. Like Joe says. I mean, these days you have to have a solid backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. I mean, it's a bus about it. I mean,
yeah, because your quarterback is going to miss time at some point, you know. And you got to have somebody that can come in the breach and win you those games instead of losing them. Because that's the difference between a playoff run and sitting on the couch.
And you can always pawn them off down the road and redo it again, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But so if the Raiders are taking Mendoza at 1, who do you think the Jets are taking at 2?
Probably Simpson.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
At 2?
Yeah.
I don't know about at 2, man. Maybe 16.
Well,
but
it's
not
the Jets,
2.
man. It's the Jets, you know?
Yeah, you know what?
I was going to say,
right. You're right, dude.
It's the Jets, and we're talking about quarterbacks here. How many times have we seen people move up and take quarterbacks that in no way had any right being picked where they were?
I mean, the Jets speak for themselves. Like, that sounds like a Jets move to take Ty Simpson at 2 when he would be there at 16. Miss out on one of the top defensive talents in the draft, and then at 16 you go pick a wide receiver or something, and now it's like, yeah. I mean, and the Jets picked 33 in the second round, so like I was talking about earlier, I think a smart move for the Jets would be to pick a stud at 2, take your receiver or whoever at 16, and then trade that 33 pick, get back into the end of the first round and take Ty Simpson there if he doesn't go somewhere else. Because I think I don't know, maybe I'm alone on this one, but I think there's a possibility that Minnesota could take him at 18. I think there's the Steelers at 21. There's a couple of teams, or even the Rams. Maybe they take him as Stafford's successor at like 26 or 20, whatever their pick is. So, but and then you got the Titans. What do you think about the Titans?
I kind of think they're a little bit all over the place, at least according to some of the mocks that I have seen. I've seen them taking an edge rusher like that Bailey, or I forgot the other guy's name there that's up at the top, and or I've seen them linked to Jeremiah Love. I've seen them linked to that linebacker there. I forgot his name.
Sonny Styles or Arvell Reese?
No, Sonny Styles.
3 is a little rich to take a linebacker, man.
Wait, hold on. Steve, we should do a show for the draft. Well, it's so funny that you brought that up because we will be having our annual draft party for every round of the draft. We will be on every channel that you are watching us on now. We will be on multiple others. You can find pretty much everybody associated with Huddle Sports Network being on there, at least at some point. And you will have the constant of Rob and I hosting.
You'll have it for 3 hours straight. People coming in and out.
Yeah.
So with all this, Rob, okay. With what's happening with Tennessee, right? With their projections being all over the place, what that tells me is nobody has a fucking clue what Tennessee is going to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Shit,
Like-
I've even seen the safety there, Downs, linked to them too. So yeah, they are literally all over the place. Does John Dorn swear if it's a bad pick?
John Dorn swears if it's a good pick.
I was gonna say.
No, dude, like, but if you have as many needs as the Titans do, it's like I don't think taking a safety at 3 is your go-to.
If I have as many needs as the Titans do, I am trying to trade back. Granted, it's got to actually match the value. Otherwise, then, yeah, I'm going to take the best player available. But I'm trying to trade back and see how many picks I can get in the top 100.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think they would be a good trade candidate, too. But wait, don't the Titans pick 4th? I think Arizona picks 3, right?
Oh, yeah, they're 4th.
Yeah, I skipped Arizona. So where do you think Arizona goes then? What do you think? What do you think, Dorn?
Arizona's probably going to, who's their quarterback now?
Jacoby
Brissett.
Oh,
and he actually played pretty good
Yeah.
for them last year.
They'll probably go defensive line, probably, or offensive line.
Well, yeah, what I've been seeing is them linked to those 2 top pass rushers and Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, they need a run game because last year every damn running back they put out there was injured. Every one of them, bro. They start out with what's his name, John from. God damn it, I can't think of it.
You know what, Fred?
John Connor.
You tell your wife I already gave you permission to be on the damn show, and I overrule her.
I mean, could the Lions actually be in for Simpson for quarterback?
I mean, I'm not going to say no. Like, it just depends on what their long-term plans are with Goff. Like, if they plan to keep paying Goff, then, I mean, are you really going to spend a first-round pick on a backup?
Oh, how many more years are you going to trust Goff to fail for you? I mean, that's my question.
That's the question I'm asking. Is like it comes down to how what are the Lions' long-term plans with Goff? Like, if they're looking to.
Yeah, at a certain point, you think that they would be, if they want to keep him, make him take more of a pay cut to where they can build more of a team around him. Because he's not a bad quarterback once you have him surrounded with talent. I honestly think that he's an elite game manager, that he's one of the better game managers.
Yeah, for me, I think it's
until you get to playoffs, bro. And then
the offensive line that makes a big difference for him. You notice last year he wasn't playing as good. He still did play good with that offensive line, but you see a big difference, especially in the run game and in the sacks and the pressures
And we all know with Goff, like he's one of those guys that you give him pressure and he just self-destructs.
Yeah.
And to answer Fred's question here, Rob, You say we start Thursday night a half an hour before the draft starts.
Yeah, probably.
That sounds like the plan then. So it would be 7:30 Eastern, so 6:30 your time, Fred.
All right.
We
So
will definitely send you the link there.
number
Yeah,
five is the Giants. Who are you taking at 5?
Ooh.
They need
Probably
line.
receiver.
Line
Receiver
up.
You think Carnell Tate, Dorn?
could be. Could be. I didn't really do much in the draft this year because for a fact that we didn't really have a number one, and this year I just didn't have time to actually go through the prospects like I
Who
usually
do you
do.
want us to pick at number 2, John?
What
A wide receiver?
for us?
Yeah.
I said don't. I wouldn't be surprised if we picked up at 52 a receiver, but I think they're going to get a nose tackle. I think or an edge. I really do.
An edge, really.
Yeah, yeah.
With
We
all,
got a lot-
with all
we-
the,
I mean, we're crowded in that room, but they really haven't shown
Aside
anything
from
yet.
Michael Parsons, like
I
who
would-
do you got?
yeah, I was gonna say kind of at least my thoughts on why we let Igne Barry walk and got rid of Gary is that we wanted to give more time to these young guys.
You know me, I love Brendan Cox Jr. That dude's fucking awesome. That fucking dude was our second pressure fucking besides Parsons. Before he got hurt.
Yeah, that's honestly the one position I don't really want to add to in this draft. Now, not saying that,
I don't want either, but I'm just saying nose tackle for sure.
yes, 100%.
But
That
you look at it this way, nose tackle, what they play like 20% snaps, 20 snaps a game probably. So I'm thinking, why can't Stackhouse take care of that? Stackhouse wasn't that bad.
the issue with that is just how you phrase Stackhouse. He wasn't that bad.
Bad, yeah.
I
We can upgrade there. We can definitely upgrade there.
I do not want my starting nose tackle, which damn near my entire scheme of the 3-4 runs off of how well he plays, being a guy that we label as not bad.
Okay, so how about if you guys
That means they're not that good. That's all I'm
Hey,
saying.
yeah, that's true. How about if you guys took Big Citrus at 52?
That's
I
what I've
love
been
it.
saying.
I'd
yeah.
love it. I'd do it. I'd do it in a second.
He's a little raw, but
I was gonna say I would like him, but personally, I'd like to see if we could try to snake him in the 3rd round. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't be pissed if we got him with our second overall, or not second overall, our 2nd round pick there at 52. If that's the guy we really want, screw it.
I think with our corners, I think what's going to happen, I think we're going to sign Diggs. I think that's pretty much already on the wall, written on the wall already.
It
We're
wouldn't-
gonna sign
yeah.
Diggs.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if that's what we do, depending on who falls to us during the draft.
Yeah. And to tell you the truth, there's only a couple handful of good corners that I heard. Then the rest of them are all pretty much slow, and they're all interior and slow. So
We don't need interior corners. We got
No,
enough
we
now.
don't. No, we need outside.
So the Giants at 5, you think it's
yeah.
receiver,
Receiver, running back, or safety.
running back? So you're thinking like if Jeremiah Love is on the board at 5,
I'm telling you, I am hearing a bunch of heat about that in the New York area, to where if he's there, it really wouldn't shock me if they take him at 5. I have also heard of them wanting to package 10 and 5 together to move up to get him. Now, granted, I think that would be absolutely moronic.
that would be
But-
regarded.
Well, it worked out for the
But
Lions to
I
get
was,
him
I was gonna
first
say
round.
at 5, I wouldn't bitch if I'm the Giants.
Yeah, but trading up, that's
Yeah, no.
nuts. And then 6, you got the Browns.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Dude, if I'm the
shit.
Browns,
We've
if
got
I'm-
a Fred in the house.
if I'm the Browns at
not?
6, if I'm the Browns at 6, I take Reuben Bain Jr. and I pair him up with Myles Garrett, dude.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's bro. Like no team is gonna throw the ball on you all season.
Yeah.
I know
You guys are talking about having Simpson replace Goff or possibly drafting a QB. I don't see it. Like I said earlier, I think it was last week we talked about it. I think that we end up sticking around with Goff again another season. I've seen other people mock QB later on in the draft. But I think that if anything to replace draft a replacement for Goff, it would be next season. Next season's QB class is far better than this one.
Yeah.
So, probably like the third round, just like Hooker.
Nah, somebody
Yeah.
next season.
Yeah, I think they've had enough with third-rate hookers. I mean, third-round hookers.
Got enough of them in Detroit. Hell, third round's high quality for Detroit. I'll admit it, man. I've been to Detroit, been to Chicago. City-wise, I'm going to Chicago over Detroit any day. I get in and out of Detroit.
Yeah.
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 So number 6, like, what are you guys thinking for the Browns? I said
Joe,
Reuben Bain.
Joe, I like the idea of pairing up another premier pass rusher with Myles Garrett. I think that's a formidable way to build that defense because their offense ain't great and it's going to take a lot to fix it. So why not make an elite defense when you're only a piece or two away?
Mhm. What about the rest of you guys?
God, the Browns, they need fucking a lot of shit. Fuck. I would say they're probably maybe a corner.
I could see that. But is there a corner rated high enough to want to take there at 6?
Delane? Mansour Delane, like, I mean, he's been projected like the middle, like anywhere from 10 to 17. But
I was going to
if
say
you got
that.
if you got the chance, I mean, he is the best corner in the draft, and Denzel Ward has had a lot of injuries, man.
What about a linebacker, Styles? Sonny Styles.
I think he's going to be gone before that, from what I'm seeing.
What do you got? That Delane, whatever they out from
Yeah,
LSU?
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Delane, I could see that, but I can't, man, taking a linebacker at 6, it's you're not getting good value in your pick, dude.
What about Lemon, wide receiver Lemon?
I think it's, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
any one of the receivers it makes sense for them. You know, they do have, you know, they got Jerry Jeudy, so they need somebody besides a Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
But you know, like they have a good running back. I don't think their offense is as terrible as some people think. I think, you know, they definitely need some more pieces, but I think if you added one good wide receiver to that offense, it would be a lot better.
Yeah.
But I would go defense. Like, I would go Reuben Bain myself, but just because having him and Garrett together and he gets to learn from Garrett for the next few years, like, that's going to be a formidable pass rush, dude.
Yeah. What about an offensive tackle or something? Offensive line somewhere.
Normally, I would say yes, but the top tackle on the board, Moaga, has a herniated disc in his cervical spine, and it's going to require surgery. And so his first year is pretty much a wash. Like,
What about
You know,
Spencer Fano?
yeah, Fano is a suitable. I just don't know about at 6.
Yeah.
Like, he's projected
Yeah.
middle of the first round, and the Browns have another first round pick at like
Wow.
26.
Oh, they have one. Oh, wait, no. That's the Cowboys are at 12. Never mind.
Yeah, no, the Browns have another one at 26. So, you know, they could package that and try to move up if they want Fano. Like,
What I'm seeing is that with that back injury with Mananga, whatever his name is, I see that
Moaga,
Proctor's
yeah.
being moved up. Proctor's being moved up the board.
yeah, his first year is pretty much going to be a wash. Like, he, you know, he's not even going to be able to play until at the very soonest, probably halfway through the season. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I just
And
don't.
how
I don't know
severe
if
is
I
that
want
back
to use
injury?
I don't want to use the number 6 overall on that.
Yeah.
And then, so number 7, who's got number 7?
7 is
Commanders.
Washington Commanders.
Yeah, and if I'm them, I'm taking one of the receivers that's left.
Tate.
Yeah.
No wide receivers for us. You see, John?
And then
Yeah, We don't need no receivers. We don't
New
need no
Or-
stinking receivers.
New
Hey, you
Orleans.
got New Orleans, right?
Yep. And another one that I think should take one of the top 3 receivers if they're there.
Well, I've seen that. I've seen them a lot consistently in mock drafts. I've seen Ruben Bain going there a lot, either
Where?
there or the Chiefs. If Cleveland doesn't take him, I think there's a good chance that New Orleans could take him. But I agree they could use a. I mean, there's a lot they could use, but a receiver wouldn't hurt to go with Olave.
Safety.
Yeah,
Down.
safety. They could take Downs, but again, Downs has a degenerative knee issue that
Yeah, that's right.
while it's not gonna hurt him this season, it's like his long-term prognosis is not good.
Yeah, and I'm totally against taking any prospect with some type of degenerative disease going on.
But what about a curveball? So check this out. Instead of taking Caleb Downs, if they really want a safety, what if they go take Emmanuel McNeil Warren?
No, what's going to happen? The Packers are going to trade up to get fucking Simpson right there.
At number 8?
Yep.
Damn.
Who's the safe
McNeil
QB
Warren,
right now?
I think McNeil Warren is he's going to be a great player. If they're looking for a safety, that would be the guy I would take.
Yeah, but if they're going for him, wouldn't you rather trade way back into the draft? Because any mock draft that I've seen that McNeil Warren in, it's in the 20s he's getting picked.
I saw him get picked in a mock draft at 18 by Minnesota yesterday. So it's not. I mean, what is it? 9 picks that you're picking him 9 picks, potentially 9 picks early, and the dude had a 92 PFF coverage grade all last season.
That's
Like it was the highest coverage grade in college football.
Yeah. I was gonna say that might have just made the case for me because I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna be a beast. So, if I was the Saints, I might consider it. If you're not gonna go corner or pass rusher.
What about
And
tight
then number
end?
10, you got the Giants again.
Wait, hold on. You skipped number 9.
Oh, the Chiefs. Yeah, because I don't give a fuck about the Chiefs.
Fuck the Chiefs.
Fuck the
Who's the
Chiefs.
Saints QB right now?
Chiefs need a
But
kicker.
Did
Hold
they
on.
trade or draft?
Do you want to know who the backup QB is for the Chiefs? It's a quarterback we are all familiar with.
Yeah, it's Fields. It's Fields.
Thanks for undercutting my joke, Rob.
He's not a
Can't make it
joke.
worse than porn stash.
The fact that he's even a starting quarterback is a joke. I mean,
Well, come on. After the steroid report that we heard, Rob, that's not going to
Oh,
matter
I know.
because Patrick Mahomes is going to be ready before training camp.
yeah.
Somehow.
The Bears
Somehow
got
Mahomes-
Caleb Williams, so that's pretty much a joke too.
Mahomes
So, I mean, I
had
don't
a
know where you're coming
total
from.
reconstruction of both ligaments in his knee, and he's going to be ready in less than 9 months.
Yeah.
I think Casey is the best place for Fields, though. I mean, that's a real good opportunity for him. I mean,
It is. Actually,
he's
it
going
is.
to be dangerous in that Wildcat, in my opinion. He's going to be real dangerous
Yeah.
out wide.
Well, just in getting coached up by Andy Reid, like I said it
Mhm.
as soon as they announced that he was going to Kansas City, I was like, dude, this might actually salvage Justin Fields' career, dude.
Mhm.
If he can
Yeah, he's been
spend
like Geno
if he can
Smith.
spend more than one season in Kansas City, if he can go sit behind Patrick Mahomes and get coached up by Andy Reid for 2 seasons, I do think like he could go somewhere and who knows, man, like
And they'll have
he might
plays
turn
for him.
into a serviceable quarterback.
Tree kill, man. You make him like a tree kill, man. Make big packages for him.
Yeah.
Run packages or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think KC takes a tight end. Kelsey's been trying to get out of there for the last 2 years. He doesn't
Yeah, they
retire. I
do
think
tight
he's
end.
taking a tight end.
You think they take Sadiq?
Yeah.
He's the best tight end on the board right now, so I would think so.
I can see it.
I've seen
Mahomes
Ruben
was the
Bain.
tight
I've seen
ends.
Ruben Bain mock to them. I've also seen Mansour Delane mock to them because they just got rid of McDuffie and they got rid of all their corners. They need a corner badly.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing mocked to them as corners.
Yeah, I think I also saw Jermod McCoy mock to them, but like I think corner would be a smart move for them.
Yeah.
And then you got the Giants at 10.
And honestly, at 10, if I'm the Giants, I'm rolling the dice and taking that left tackle there, Francis. He might have the herniated disc there, But the Giants, this is going to be their second pick in the first round. We've constantly talked about how bad of a need they have at offensive line. And so, what if he only plays half the year? If it's something that they think is going to be a one and done type of surgery, I'm willing to bank that half a year to where you now have this man protected.
What if he's one and done? What if he's one and done, period?
Well, that's where your medical team needs to be the one making the assessment on this one.
What
See,
about
honestly,
Monroe
if-
Freeling?
Yeah.
Offensive tackle
or-
6'7".
There's also, I mean, there's quite a few. Like, for example, you have Lomu, you have Blake Miller from Clemson. Like, if I was the Giants, I would consider trading out of that 10 pick because there's still going to be a top defensive player on the board at 10 that a team might be willing to come up for. I would trade down to the lower end of the first round, pick up some more picks, and still get an offensive tackle.
Yeah, as long as they came away with an offensive lineman this year, I wouldn't bitch if I'm a Giants fan. No matter how it comes.
Especially if you can trade down 10 spots or 15 spots and still get a guy, a guy that you can plug and play, and you get additional picks, like an additional second, maybe even a third.
Yeah, sure. If they can pull that off, then go for it. But I still wouldn't be against rolling the dice on that Francis dude. If he's the clear number one tackle and the only thing that's holding him away is the injury, if your medical team thinks that this is something fixable, I'm going for it.
Cervical spine is tricky though, man.
Oh, believe me, I know. My C1
there you go. That's what I'm saying.
my C1 and 2 is fused together.
Yeah, and Francis Mwaga's might be too here shortly.
That totally changes it. If the herniated disc is so bad that he needs a fusion, I wouldn't even draft him at all.
Because I've read that they can do. There's 3 things they can do, right? They can either A, shave it down, they can B, replace the disc, or they can C, fuse the disc, right? So it just depends on what they're going to do.
Oh, there's a guy that can't handle the truth. There you go.
That's some facts.
So what about 11? Who's picking at 11?
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Receiver.
They-
We rate
they
on
need-
receiver.
They need everything, dude.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm them, because of them just get rid of, well, they did just get rid of everybody. So, I mean, you can't really go wrong. But I was going to say go for a pass rusher. But with how bad that team is, talent-wise right now, anybody.
Yeah. Rob's jamming up.
If I'm the Dolphins, I'm looking to trade out of that pick. Like, there's not one player in this draft that's going to make your team any better this year. No, I'm being serious. Like, one blue chip player is not going to make your team any better, no matter what position, dude. So, if I'm them, I trade out and try to get stack as many picks as I can, and just because you're going to be fielding a team of basically undrafted free agents at this point. Like, all of your draft picks are going to start.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, am I wrong? Like,
No?
Yeah, they ripped the foundation right out of that thing. They're the rough foundation. They're building completely. You're having to rebuild completely.
yeah. So all your draft picks are going to start. So you need as many picks as you can. Try to fill as many positions as you can, and see if you hit on some of these guys.
They even got enough money to sign the rookies.
Yeah, I think they have enough money to sign their rookies, but nobody else.
Yeah.
I don't think the Bears even got enough money to pay the rookies, tell you the truth.
But the Bears can. There's some restructures and stuff the Bears can do to get under the cap and get their rookies signed. Everybody will get their rookies signed,
Man, didn't Love win 10 games last year?
Yeah, I think he did. Well, the team won 10 games because Love was out for a couple games.
He's butthurt. He just butthurt.
So then at 12, you got the Dallas 1-star rating system.
Dallas, even with them getting Gary there, I'm still expecting them to go pass rusher if one of them's available.
But the 2 top ones are probably going to be off the board, Bain and Bailey.
Well, it depends what corners are left. They might take a corner.
Yeah. I was thinking corner also. Like that could be, or what if
They had 10 regular season wins last year.
yeah?
No.
So
Not this past season. The season before.
so what are you guys thinking? Rob, what do you think?
I think Rob's
Um,
doing something.
What about you, Dorn? What do you think? Corner?
That's I'm thinking corner. Yeah.
What about you, Fred?
Yeah, more likely.
Corner. Okay. Who's 13?
13 is
It is the Rams.
Rams.
Rams. Yeah.
Oh, the Rams got 2 first-round
There's
picks this
Simpson.
year.
Simpson's going right there. He's gone.
You might be right, dude. Like
Yeah. I mean, with
you
Goff,
could have him sit. You could have him sit behind Stafford for a couple years, and I think he would. Man, I think Simpson would do really well in McVay's.
yeah. And
What
I'm
Stafford
sitting
got left
here-
on his contract?
Let's say that again.
What Stafford got left on his contract? I mean, he's got to be in close to retirement
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
yeah. But he could probably play another 2 years if he wanted to, just enough time to groom the kid and then get on his way, you know. And I don't.
Groom the
I
kid.
mean,
You mean by Kelly groom the kid or him?
Hold on. Since we got something for David here that says Love hasn't won 10 games. 2024 Green Bay went 11-6.
And knocked out the fucking Dallas in the playoffs.
No, that was the year before when we knocked them out of the playoffs.
Was it the year before?
Yep.
That was our best chance I think we had, man.
Absolutely, Dorn.
You talking about Matthew Stafford grooming the kid or Kelly Stafford grooming the kid?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Yeah. When they
Hey.
draft Simpson, they're gonna buy Matt a nice chair.
I know he's already got one of them.
So and then you got so the Rams are 13, and then you have the Ravens at 14.
The Ravens, I think, should have to forfeit that pick.
Yeah. I think they'll go up as a line.
Yeah.
I think so too.
What do
You
you
don't think
think?
they go receiver
No, I think up at the line. They need some
or
up at the
corner? Like
Yeah, these
maybe
are
McCoy?
Lamar.
Okay. 15.
Tampa
Yeah, Tampa.
edge.
I wouldn't be surprised if they end up going receiver because don't forget they just lost Mike Evans.
And Godwin's been injured for the last few years. Like they do need a receiver.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could see them going with like Micaiah Lemon from USC.
Yeah.
I think that could be a good pairing. Put him with Baker. And then 16, who you got?
Jets.
Yeah.
Jets. That's right, Jets.
Yeah.
This is a
Quarterback.
potential Ty Simpson pick.
I was gonna say that
Quarterback.
makes a lot of sense.
Receiver too. They could use another receiver.
Yeah, they could use another receiver.
17 is a team that's really not relevant.
Yeah,
Where do you
O-line or
Let me
safety.
guess, the Lions. I could tell by the look
O-line
on
or
Fred's
safety.
face when you said that.
where do you think you're going, Fred?
All line or safety.
McNeil
think-
Warren.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd like to see it. I mean, they're kind of keeping all this shit with Branch and wow, I'm trying to blank on his name. Kirby Joseph. They kind of keep that close to the chest. So, I mean, nobody really knows where they're at. And I mean, with Branch and the ACL, is he going to be able to turn to 100% right away? Highly doubtful.
Mm,
So I
well,
wouldn't
thank you
mind
there,
getting
Ann.
Warren.
I think they're going to look for a left tackle. I think.
that I think
Yeah,
would
it
be the
depends on who's on the board, though.
Yeah.
I think it depends on who's on the board still. Proctor's there. I think they go with Proctor. But like I said earlier, with what's his name going down with that back injury, Proctor's moving up the board. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be there.
If I'm you guys, I would even move up in this year's draft to make sure you get yourself a quality offensive lineman.
And that's stuff he's even there even if we move up.
Yeah, I would say
O-line teams need O-line
as
this
much
year.
as McNeil Warren, I think as much as McNeil Warren could help your defense, I think if you don't fix that offensive line, Goff's going to struggle.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
But
Now
again,
with golf, bro, they got rid of Montgomery, so I mean they don't have a big back.
But
I
if
don't
they
think-
don't get
They
a
got
pass
the
rusher,
Panko.
if they
I
don't
don't
get a
think
pass
Gibbs can do
rusher,
it.
the fans are going to get pissed because they got to get some alongside of fucking Hutchinson.
Yeah, but that's
So,
the next round. That's the next
Yeah,
round. You're
but-
not going to get everybody in the first
I
round,
don't
bro.
know, man.
Even as a Lions fan, nobody accused Lions fans of being fucking smart, man. We don't need a freaking all-star defensive end to go along with Hutch. You see somebody good
Yeah.
enough to get some pressures in there.
Yeah. Well, I seen DJ Reader went to where'd he go to? I just seen him went to somewhere.
Hey,
Giants.
hey,
He went to the
don't,
Giants.
don't say I'm Mel Kiper here. Shit, I
Oh,
think
boy.
I even get more picks right than Mel Kiper.
Yeah, that guy's strong as fuck. That's why
Shit.
they shortened. That's why they shortened the draft by 2 minutes.
That's one of my
I-
favorite parts of the draft, though, is
I-
watching
I
Mel
would-
Kiper be wrong.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, shit, I'm fucking more accurate with it, and I'm usually drunk on draft night.
Bro, that's the whole reason they shortened it by 2 minutes. They
Yeah.
just want one less hour listening to his big blowhard ass.
You remember when he said that if Jimmy Clausen wasn't a franchise quarterback in the NFL, he would retire?
Mhm. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Me
Darn,
too.
where'd you say he was going? Where'd you say Reader went?
Reader went to the Giants.
No.
Yeah, DJ Reader went to the Giants.
Yeah, he was not good for us last year. He fell flat last year.
Yeah.
When
So
Williams is
then-
off there, he's doing a lot better on the rush, stopping the rush.
18 is the Minnesota Vikings. I could see them
Oh,
taking McNeil Warren if he's not gone yet.
Them or that other
Safety.
safety.
They
Yeah,
need
that or that
offensive
other
line
safety.
really
Dylan.
bad.
Yeah.
Line really bad.
Yeah, or Dylan Thieneman from Oregon, but if it was me, I would take McNeil Warren if he's there. I think he's going to be a better player. Thieneman is going to be good, but McNeil Warren is going to be elite.
All right, we got Carolina next. Where do you think they go?
Oh, jeez.
I have no idea what they need.
Offensive line wouldn't hurt. Running
Another
back,
receiver wouldn't hurt.
they already got two big time receivers down there in Carolina.
I
They
think
did-
they're
they-
going to trade. They're going to trade out to the Texans.
They had just got a receiver. It was either in the first or second round the year before that.
Hmm.
So I personally, if I'm them, I am not going receiver.
hmm
They need a running back, but I don't think there's any running back in that range there for them.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's a later round pick. Maybe edge rusher.
That Lawrence.
That
Lawrence?
would help a lot. Edge rusher.
I like that receiver that they got, that Cajun kid, talking about eating raccoons and shit, man. That kid's cool.
Mhm.
And then who's at 20?
Kansas City Chiefs
Dallas.
or Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah, the Chiefs cannot be at 20. There's no
Yeah,
way.
no, Dallas. So if we had them going corner with their first pick, what do you think for their second pick?
I think they're going pass rusher.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Methodor from Miami.
They
See,
got to replace Micah. They still haven't replaced Micah.
see,
Mhm.
I think it's completely reversed. I think they go pass rusher in the beginning with their first pick, and this is where they go for corner.
That's probably true.
Yeah,
They
see-
definitely need a pass rusher. That's all they talk about up here in Texas.
Yeah,
yeah, that
but-
McCoy kid there. I've been seeing mock to them a lot at that spot.
hmm and then 21
Hey,
is the
hey.
Steelers.
Steve, I'm okay with 20 going to them because that means we got a Micah fucking Parsons and we can't fuck up our first round pick.
What about 21 to the Steelers? This was potentially a Ty Simpson pick if he's not gone. But what else if they don't take if Ty Simpson isn't available? What do they take? They just got Pittman, so they don't need a receiver.
Pass rusher to go alongside what?
Pass rusher or offensive lineman. Again, if there's a quality one available for them there.
What about a D tackle? Like a big
Yeah.
nasty D
I
tackle?
I wouldn't be against that. If
Probably
I'm
take the one that we want. Probably.
Maybe like maybe McDonald from Ohio State. That dude's a big nasty.
Chargers.
Chargers. Ooh. I'm thinking they go offensive line because they had both their tackles go out last year.
Well, that was because of injury. They have two damn good tackles.
Yeah,
right,
but,
don't they?
yeah,
Never have
but
enough.
I think they could use some offensive line depth myself.
But you can get that in a later round, though.
Yeah,
Well, it's Harbaugh. So what do you think Harbaugh would take?
defensive line. I'm
Defensive
thinking
line.
defensive line. Yep.
Yeah.
Something in the trenches.
Now we got Philadelphia next.
God damn.
What do you give to somebody who has everything?
Bro, Rock is chomping at the bit. He fixed his phone. He hit me up last night. He goes, I fixed my phone. Because I want to talk about AJ Brown so bad. He goes, he wants to talk about how they're trading him. He can't wait, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Philly's
Offensive line, maybe.
I mean,
Yeah.
they got a lot of wide receivers and
Or
running
maybe
backs.
receiver because they're looking to trade AJ Brown after the June 1st
No,
deadline.
bro. He dropped the list. They got like 7, 8 guys already. They already picked up Hollywood Brown. They picked up Dontavian Wicks. They got already. Who's the other guy that's across from Brown? It's going to be their number one.
Okay. Well, Steve, there might not be a reason to, but us hosting the draft is more than enough of a reason for Rob and I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're hoping for that, bro.
What about a linebacker? They just lost N'Kobe Dean. Maybe
They're
a
probably going to go defense. They're probably going to go defense.
I think they're
Philly's
going
pretty
offensive
solid
line.
on offense.
I still
Philly's
think they're
pretty-
going offensive line. They like having that road grader for an offensive line.
Weren't they trying to get rid of Carter or trade?
Yeah,
Carter?
that's what I was just going to say. Like, there's also been rumors that they're interested in trading Jalen Carter, so maybe they go defensive tackle.
Yeah.
I'll trade them a second-round pick for him right now.
I know, right?
Man, you put Jalen Carter and fucking Micah Parsons on the same line, dude.
I know, bro. Look out.
You Joe.
Shit,
Screw you, Joe.
I would
Screw
trade
you,
you.
Joe.
I would trade you a second-round pick this year and next year
Well,
with
well,
another third just for the fuck of it.
We'll
Yeah,
trade
we're down
Wyatt
first.
and a second round.
Y'all gonna
What'd
make
you
me
say,
blow my shit.
Wyatt. We'll take Wyatt.
No,
Trade Wyatt and
no, I am not trading Wyatt. I want Wyatt on that line
I want
with
the depth
Carter
piece,
and
yeah, bro.
Parsons.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right, so then who's next?
The Browns.
So the Browns,
punter.
I had
They
them,
need a punter, don't they? Need a punter.
we didn't agree on the first one. I had them taking Reuben Bain. Dorn, I think, had them going receiver
Yeah.
or corner.
Man, there's
Corner is
so many
another
needs everywhere.
possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they take their corner at 26.
That's what I think it would be more likely. Get yourself that dominant pass rusher with the first one. Get yourself another corner. Like I said, build this defense out to be one of the absolute elite defenses. Since your offense is just meh.
So that Shaduki can win games with 10 points.
No, so
3
we can
field goals will get you the win.
That way we can see Shaduki can't win at all with the defense shutting everybody down.
Dude, if you can't win only having to put up fucking 9-10 points a game, you don't deserve to even touch a football.
Yeah.
I agree.
They'd better off drafting a good punter, get their defense into a good territory so they can actually score with a field goal kicker.
But he's the 26 on a punter. That's wow. All right, who's next?
You got the Chicago Bears next, and they should probably take a quarterback here, right, Dorn? Yeah, hey.
So nobody has anything to say about the Bears?
Nah, fuck the Bears. No, but realistically, they'll probably end up going for safety, maybe a corner.
I'm thinking edge. I'm actually thinking edge. I
Do they
think
even have a safety?
No,
Who's their safety room?
Hey.
I mean,
they signed the kid from the Seahawks there, Kobe Bryant. Other
yeah,
than
that's
that,
right. I like
yeah,
that
other-
kid. And overall, he's
yeah.
decent.
other than that, I don't think they have another safety already signed.
I'm not big on Bush. I think Bush is just he's mid.
We had
he
Ty
had 1 good
Simpson's
season last
going
year.
to
We'll
the-
see if he's any good.
We had Ty Simpson's going to the Steelers there, Yenzer.
Or if he was
Off-
gone, I said possibly a defensive tackle like
Yeah.
McDonald from Ohio State.
And I said offensive line.
Also, probably a good pick. For the Bears, like I mean, pass rusher is probably a need. Safety is definitely a need.
Yeah.
So maybe like Thieneman from Oregon might be a good
Yeah.
pick.
They don't really have a pass rusher. Sweat, that's it.
Yeah, well, they like
Booker's-
that. I was
Oh,
gonna say
Booker.
they
Yeah,
like
I forgot
that
about Booker. I forgot about Booker.
He's,
Yeah,
he
Booker.
said he's stepping up, man. Booker's
Mhm.
Yeah, he's going to take the next step. I forgot
he's a
about
dirty
him.
player, but
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
he
gonna say he's pretty good at hitting people in the helmet.
yeah, he's a dirty
Fucking
player,
guy.
but
Face mask. He fucking just shoved his head right in his face. Swear to God.
All right,
about-
we got the Buffalo Bills up next.
Mm.
Uh,
Holy cow, what do they need?
Corner.
I was gonna say like their corners are aging. Like I might consider corner,
Yep.
yeah,
but their linebackers are aging too. So
Safety too, right?
he was getting too much hate.
But yeah, if I'm the Bills, I'm going with defensive backs and preferably a corner with it because, like you said, they're aging. And then not only with them aging, we saw those corners. Yeah, they played great and ended up being the number one pass defense in the league. But we saw in the playoffs those corners fall off the cliff a bit.
Oh, just like the Bears fucking corners.
Awesome, that game.
yeah. So who's next after Buffalo?
The Niners.
Another
Quarterback.
receiver?
This is
Quarterback.
another one. The Niners, I could see them going either. Yeah, I mean receiver to replace Ayuk, but I could see them going defensive tackle also.
I thought they got
Yeah,
it.
you coming back?
All right, we got a rapid fire because we only got a little bit left. We got the Texans up next.
Everything
Yeah.
Kicker.
except defense. Anything offensive.
Okay.
Mhm.
You got Kansas City up after that.
Kansas City has another first round. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's
Kicker.
right.
Need a punter. They're gonna be punting a lot.
Corner again.
Edge,
Maybe double
Yeah,
dip at
corner.
corner.
We're gonna say that wouldn't be too bad of a strategy. Then you got the Miami Dolphins next again at 30.
Really?
Kicker.
I might go defensive tackle here. Just try to build out your trenches.
Inside linebacker.
Yeah, their offensive line.
They need a quarterback, Miami.
Then
got
they
Malik
have a
Willis.
quarterback. Yeah, they got
No.
Malik Willis.
They don't got nothing.
All right, we got New England Patriots, and I think if it's anything but offensive line, you might get Patriots fans fucking burning down their stadium.
Yeah, they definitely need offensive line.
With how that Super Bowl fucking ended, yeah, I'm thinking they're going offensive line.
With unions or the Dolphins need Jesus.
All right, Seattle Seahawks to wrap it up.
Bacon
Man.
chips is all they need.
Running back.
Not at 32. Not when Jeremiah Love's off the board. Like they do need a running back, but you can get one in the third round.
You-
And this
you
is
don't
kind of a
think-
weak running back class anyway. I don't know if you want to waste a first round pick on it.
You don't think that Jadarian is worthy of a first rounder?
Maybe. I mean, your defensive line is set. Your offensive line is pretty good. Like, you have JSN. Maybe a receiver to go with JSN. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
'cause I think they lost Shaheed, didn't
What
they?
about tight end?
Yeah,
What about tight
but-
end?
But we have unfortunately reached that time. We need to let everybody go so JB can run his show. Go out and check him next. And after him, you will have Rob and I again for the Daily Huddle. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day. And don't forget to tune in for the draft with us.